Hey guys, so I've been getting a lot of questions about if it's a good idea to room with someone you know when you're a freshman in college. Now, I've had plenty of roommates and I've had plenty of interesting experience, and I feel like not that I know everything, but I feel like I can answer a lot of questions and explain a lot of situations about dorming on campus. So my freshman year, I went away to college with my friend. She was my best friend. We were gonna room together, and then we decided that that would not be the best idea because we are best friends. Now, I think that is very, very, very good. I'm glad I didn't room with her. We're not friends right now, but that's a whole nother story. But I think that if you're going away to school your freshman year, you should not room with your best friend. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own experience, but I'm just gonna speak from my experience. You're going to a new school. You're gonna meet new people. If you room with your best friend, you're not going to be as likely to go out and put yourself in new environments and try and make new friends. Now, at my school, we lived in a double, so it was just you and your roommate, and there was no other people in the room. Now, if you're going to live maybe in a suite that there's 6 girls, maybe living with your best friend isn't that bad of an idea, but I still don't recommend it because you're gonna want to meet new people and make friends. You're gonna want to cling to your best friend if she's right there. So I don't think it's a great idea to live with your best friend. You're gonna kind of go to her for everything, and she's gonna be like kind of like your security blanket, and you just might only have her as your friend if you don't try living with someone new or try meeting new people. And if you put yourself in a situation with a random girl live with you, then hey, maybe that is your best way to make friends. Or if you have a room of 6 girls, maybe that's your best way to make friends because, you know, you're kind of forced to live with them. You're kind of forced to bond with them. So those definitely are sometimes your best friends until you kind of get more comfortable in your new situation. So I think living with your best friend from home is not a good idea your freshman year. Now, let's say it's your next year and you've already made your friends, then I think living with your best friend is perfectly fine. Let's say you already know girls. There's nothing wrong with living with people that you know then. You know what I mean? You don't want to live with random girls all the time. You know, after your first year there, you know, you make all your friends, you get your bonds. Odds are you're going to be friends with those girls for the rest of your school years there. So there's nothing wrong with wanting to live with them. But I think if it's your first time, live with random people, I think it's a really good idea. What me and my friend are doing next year is actually just gonna be the 2 of us in our suite. I only know my roommate, and we decided to live with 4 random girls, and our good friends are down the hall. They lived with random people too, because they wanted to live in a 4-person suite and we wanted to live in a 6-person suite. So, and then my other friend's gonna be upstairs, so we're like all in the same building, which is really nice. But we're all living with random girls as well, so I thought it was a great way to, you know, make new friends. Hopefully my roommates are normal. I'm gonna have to tell these girls about my YouTube channel. Should be interesting. But now what you wanna keep in mind is now that you're living with your best friend, let's say it's your second semester, or your second year, or your 3rd year, or whatever, you're living with your good friend, you wanna keep in mind that you do not want to become too dependent on this girl. You are going to be living with her all the time. You're going to be doing a lot of stuff together. You're going to need to branch out and make new friends too. Some little things that wouldn't bother you normally, if you spend that much time with someone, they will start to bother you because you're with that girl all the time. So it's normal to get in fights with your roommate over stupid little things, but you don't want it to destroy a friendship. So yeah, so that's my little when you should live with someone you know, when you should not live with someone you know. And so my freshman year, I guess I want to tell you a little bit about this story. I think I've told it before, but I'm not sure. I lived with not a random girl. I lived with kind of a random girl from my high school. We went to high school together. We had gym class together. We talked occasionally, but we were not that good of friends. So I didn't really know her that well. So I was like, that's perfect. We'll live together. Worst idea ever. We ended up hating each other, and I ended up moving out, and we both got new roommates. And I actually ended up rooming with a girl that was in my orientation group. It was just kind of like a weird coincidence. Like, at our orientation, there was 4 girls in our room and she was in the other room. So it was just kind of like a weird thing that it ended up working out. That's who I ended up moving in with. And we got along. It's very important to respect your roommate. You do not have to be best friends. You just need to respect and tolerate each other. Don't touch their stuff. Don't be annoying. Don't be loud. Don't be rude. Don't be inconsiderate. Even if you hate the person, you are living with them. Be as respectful, polite, and nice as possible, even if you despise the girl. There's no need to have more tension than necessary. You know, just don't talk to her if you don't like her. Just maybe say hi, bye, but you know, there's no need to be best friends with her if you don't want to be. If, let's say you guys had a problem, then whatever. If you can't move out of the room, let's say you're I know some schools won't let you move out if it's like your freshman year and you don't like your roommate, they make you wait it out. So if you have a problem like that, just be respectful, cordial, It will all be okay. But then I know later on, like if you really do have a big problem like I remember I moved out in November, and it was like school started in like August. So I moved out right before Thanksgiving break to my new room. And don't think you have to be best friends with your roommate. Like me and my roommate last semester, we weren't best friends. We definitely got along. We were able to talk. We were like, she didn't really go out at all ever, but like I really liked her. My roommate was so nice, and you know, we had a very polite friendship. While we weren't best friends, I'm not gonna act like, oh my gosh, we hung out all the time. We were just very, very polite, and we got along, and I never had a problem with her, and it was a very positive experience. And yeah, that's everything I want to cover in this video about roommates. But definitely let me know in the comments if you have any crazy stories about crazy roommates, and I will talk to you in my next back to school video. Bye everyone.